Didgeridoo came on to the event, and like I said, he played a fantastic set. I've always found him to be just a phenomenal host. I really hate that I can't catch his show more often.
Oh, he's amazing. He really is.
Oh yeah.
It's more than music, you know.
Oh, it's therapy.
It is.
It is.
Badly needed therapy. I need all that I can get.
Don't we all? And then after Digirod, and I'm trying to remember, God, because it's such a blur. Deb, we played some music for a while, and then we had Raina on. Is that right? I'm not missing anybody in
Yes,
between.
yes.
Raina Del Cid,
Oh.
let me rephrase that. YouTube sensation Raina Del Cid came on.
Yeah.
Sick as a dog, and really just what a trooper, just sucking it up.
She is so wonderful.
Oh yeah. Talking about some of the issues out there. She was very well versed in it. She actually fit into something that she's working on her own there.
Yeah. Well, you know, I thought it was cool when she talked about releasing that EP.
Oh yeah.
Because that was the first I had heard of it.
Yeah, we were like, she said it was the first time she'd actually announced it.
That's awesome.
You know, because she had some of her diehard fans in the room at that time as well. Raina Del Cid will be releasing an EP. I think, didn't she say like sometime in late March?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Somebody else we get to harass for a CD, right?
Yeah, why not? I've been saying for 2 years now, there's a lot of great music on her YouTube channel, but no CD. She's not even working on one.
Right.
So now we're going to have something.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. I believe she is not quite in her mid-20s.
Yeah, she's very young. I think well, she said during the show that she was still in college, so.
Yeah, I would say early 20s, maybe mid, but I doubt it. I think she really looks younger than what she is.
I think so too.
And to talk to her, her wisdom and knowledge, she seems so much older.
Oh yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she carries. I mean, tremendous gal, and she even played a little bit for us, as sick as she was, and I thought that was just really great.
I thought so too. Yeah.
That was just so sweet of her.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the stalker. That guy was kind of creeping me out a little bit.
Yeah. Is that the one that I said, we don't do that here. We don't talk about stuff like that.
I thought it was that other dude too. There was a couple of them.
Somebody was wanting to know where she lived, and yeah, Kevin, I thought about it too, because she's got a different situation than I do. She's on camera.
Mm-hmm. People know what she looks like.
Right. I have an advantage over her.
Well, it's like I've always said too. I don't blame anyone for a second for wanting to keep their stuff private, because some of the stuff I've seen, helping out on the singles/friendship site that I help out on, and I'm sure Lee could also identify with this, because I'm sure he's seen it too on Hope's Reward. People get really just downright creepy on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, downright creepy. But yeah, I think all of us had our finger on the kick button on that one. I was
Kevin. Yeah, no, don't ever hesitate, especially when we're doing an event like that one where we had to be so careful. All the more reason to jump right in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't ever hesitate.
Here's
my ops.
Here's my take on kicks, and this applies to any show that I'm on, whether Deb and I are doing a show together, or especially this program, guys. Just so that everybody knows, if you've got ops, listen. If somebody's got to be kicked, kick them. If it's a bad kick, maybe you shouldn't have done it. They can always come back in 10 minutes. No harm, no foul. I don't do stalkers. I really don't do stalkers. And anybody that's creepy, and we all know the rule on the haters. I think all of us had our finger on the kick button. I was more involved with just talking to Raina and just trying to talk around it than I was really watching the chat, because we had everybody there that had ops. Yeah, use them, guys. Seriously, if you shouldn't, I'd rather somebody kick in haste, especially during an event like that. And I don't know how Deb feels.
I do. I feel the same way.
But
if you even think there's something coming,
yeah,
get it.
Yeah, really. Hey, if you screw up, big whoop. They can come back. They can come back. And if not, if it was a good kick, then you're a freaking hero. So, so much the better. So yeah, that guy was really creeping us all out. So I think that's something for all of us to remember next time. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Next time that we do an event.
The first show I ever did, she came on as our very first guest. And it was so cool because she was like the last person that I thought would, that would do it. And she was the first one. And I assured her there would be no personal questions.
Right.
We'll talk about music and stuff like that, but, nothing about, where do you work, where do you live, where do you go to school. No, that's inappropriate.
It has nothing to do with the music and the musician, and especially Raina. She sees herself as just a girl playing a blue guitar. She doesn't see herself as this phenomenal musician, and she doesn't.
I know.
And I like I told her during the show, I think anybody who is smart enough to not put a lot of information out there about themselves, is that's the way to go. That's what you do.
Yeah.
But that was like Michael Jackson creepy there with that whole thing. I wasn't liking that at all. I was really kind of glad that we kind of talked around it, and they eventually gave up.
Yeah, because that's just not going to happen there, and especially not to her.
No. Yeah, I think Deb and I were feeling pretty protective of Raina. I think some of you guys in the chat were too. Honestly, I think all of us probably had our finger on the kick button, and all of us had an opportunity to hit it. So Yeah, I think you did, Rob. I think and that might have even been a better way to handle it. It's kind of like the lonely schoolgirl, and then her three really tall, big ass brothers kind of come around.
Yeah.
I think it might have had that same effect. So, and there was nothing wrong with that either. I thought that worked. That was cool, and everybody else saw it. So anybody else that might have come in that might have been thinking about being a creeper, might have even made them think twice. So there's something to be said for that too.
Yeah. It's great that she's so popular, and I think that's fantastic. And I know how much people love her music and her. I feel the same way, but there's a line there, and that guy kind of went over it.
Yeah, but that's something to remember for next time. The way it was ended up being handled, I think, also worked brilliantly. There's any number of ways to deal with somebody like that. I guess it depends on who's in the room at the time. If it's the same group, just like with yesterday, the next event we'll also, because I think the next event we do, we should just make it just a pure music event. That way we don't have to worry about, like when we were doing Free the Weed, there were some musicians that we were kind of worried about just because of some of the language they use in their songs and whatnot. So have a good night, Gio. But
and I really had a tough time putting together a playlist for that, because I was trying to do like a at least a 4-hour playlist.
Right. For this one, for the same reason, it was tough to put together.
Yeah, and Black Angel, we play a lot of their music, but there's I'm a Fool for the Girl with the Perfect Breast, and then American Wedding, he says she had 2 boob jobs and he didn't have no job. And then there's this one, back in the day, he's talking about John Kennedy smacking Marilyn Monroe's ass.
Right.
And every song I'd be listening to it and I think, yeah, I could do that. Nope, can't do that one. And then the 4 songs that he had Audrey Turner sing lead on. You Like Your Pain was the tamest one. It's fabulous music, but I'm thinking, what if one of these tribal chairmen do come to the show and they're in the chat room and oh my goodness. Well, I play them on my regular show.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Yeah,
but
better.
at